Welcome everyone. This is Stephanie with Touching Worlds, and it's so nice to have you guys here. We do this once every 2 weeks, and it's free. You can watch it on YouTube if you haven't, if you can't make it right now, and then you can experience it that way as well. So thank you for coming. All right, make sure you read my disclaimer on my website, touchingworlds.com. Disclaimer. Always make sure you move within your comfort range. And I'm going to do this in a chair because the people on Zoom are in a chair. Everybody prefers chairs. Well, some prefer standing, so maybe I might do a few standing, but majority do prefer chairs. So, all right, so let's get started. I'm going to go a little bit further back so you can see me, and hands by our side. We're going to first start off with a meditation. So we're going to get this vertical alignment. If you are standing, you may stand and do the same thing. You just want the hip, shoulders, ears in alignment, just like you're in a chair. But if you're standing, you want your knees slightly bent. So we want the hands by our side, but if you're in a chair, if you like to have your hands up for receiving, down for grounding, your preference, okay? So if you're comfortable, close your eyes, and we're just gonna become present with this moment. Check in with our body, notice our breathing, just really sinking into our body. What does our body need in this moment? And as we realize what our body needs, we're going to breathe a little bit deeper, filling up air in our imaginary balloon in our belly. So breathing in through the nose. And gently exhale, squeezing that internal muscles as we exhale through the nose. Let's do that again. And let's do it one more time. Nice, relaxing breath, your comfort level. And let's scan the body for any tightness and imagine that it's loosening and relaxing, starting with the head, going down the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, and the fingers. We're going to soften and relax any tension that's in the body. And then we're going to go down the spine to the hips, to the thighs, to the knees, to the ankles and the feet. Letting any of that tension get reabsorbed into the earth, physically or mental tension that we scan the body for, and let it turn into beautiful butterflies. It's being released. And I saw a beautiful butterfly this morning, so it's a good imagery right now with August and all the beautiful flowers. And if you can open your eyes if they were closed, and let's begin with the first warm-up exercise that we do with Dr. Paul Lamb. So we have our hands, palms on the floor, gently bringing up, and then hands gently coming down, and we look at the floor very gently. Then we gently rise the neck as the hands rise up. And then we gently bring down, gaze at the floor. Good. Let's do it one more time like this. Looking straight ahead. Good. And looking down. Now we're going to add on to it. And I'd like to do it a little bit angle, so I'm bringing the hands up. I'm going to turn the wrist. I'm going to gently tuck in my neck. I'm going to gently push out. And then I'm going to gently release the hands, and my neck is going to look down to the floor. We're going to inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale as we bring the hands to our chest or neck. Then gently inhale, and then exhale. And if that's a lot to remember, just let's do it however you like this last time. Bringing the hands in, pushing out, and gazing down at the floor. Good. So that is the first warm-up neck exercise. Now we're going to do another one. We start with the hands in front of our chest, and we're going to let one hand float down, face the earth, feeling grounded to the earth. Hand turns inward, looking at our palm. Now we're going to open up our chest and go about 60% of our neck comfort range. So it's not about your torso. This is a neck movement. It's all about your neck. So we open up very gently same side we started with, and now we're doing about 80%. Keeping the neck nice and neutral. It may be looking above the hands, most likely. And then we're coming back. We'll do it one more time each side, letting the hands gently past. And going about 90%, and if you want to, you can go look in the furthest of your corner of your eye to kind of stretch your eye a little bit, but within your comfort level, because that kind of, you know, can give you a headache if you do it too hard. So very gentle. And then we come back to center. We relax both hands on our lap, and now we do some shoulder rolls. So we do nice and smooth shoulder rolls. If you have, I got something in my hands, but if you want, you can have it on your side, or I prefer this. And now we're going to reverse the direction. So whatever direction you just did, now let's do the opposite. And one more time. Feels nice, doesn't it? All right, the next movement is for the shoulders. So hands, palms are up, and they circle around to your comfort level. Could be forehead height, could be shoulder, it could be chest. Hands slowly coming down. Flip the wrists, palms are facing upward, now circling around. And then the hands slowly coming down. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Wonderful. It's a very relaxing. We get to do that at the end. It's so good. All right, so the next movement, we're moving on to the spine. These are gentle spine movements. So one hand at heart, one at belly height. Now the hand is going to gently rise up, and about forehead height, turns around. Pretend like you're going to hold up the ceiling, and then we gently push down here, or you could try pushing here. Oh, looks like we have another person coming on, so let me, coming back, okay. And then bring the hands slowly together. Now the bottom hand is gently going to rise up, gently push up, gently push down. So like I said, you have two choices, in the center or on the side. Then we bring the hands slowly back together. And then we do this again. If you want to think about your breath, you can. Otherwise, if it's too much, you can not, but you would inhale gently through your nose, and now you gently exhale as the hands come together. And we do it to the other side. Gentle inhale, keeping the elbows bent. Good job. And then slowly bringing them together. And we're going to do it one more time each side. This is called separating heaven and earth. And slowly bringing it together. And the other side, gently pushing up, gently pushing down. And the hands coming back, forming this imaginary ball. Again, one hand at heart height, there we go. One hand at belly height. So whatever hand is on top or elbow, now we're going to take this little ball and turn it, line up our nose with our knee. So it's a small movement, it's not very big, and then we flip the hands, and we gently carry that ball to the other side. Flipping the hands, and then we gently going across. Again, check your nose, make sure it's with your knee. It's a very small movement. It's very easy to go big when you're starting out. Flipping the ball and going across. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to show you another way to flip the ball, side to side, just flipping the ball. And then gently going across. Flipping the ball side to side if you like. It's a little bit easier, but I prefer the other one because it gives a little more stretch in your upper back. But just play with it. And let's do it one more time. I know usually do a set of 3s, but do it the last one the way you like it. Listen to your body. making sure the hand on top is the direction you go. Good. Good, so those are the spine warm-up exercises. Now we're gonna move on to the hips. I know a majority are in a chair, so one person I can't see in the Zoom, but I know it's a lot easier with time management because we only got 40 minutes with this or less. So I'm gonna just stick with the chair. But if you do with pathways, you know, I have enough time to do both. So I'm gonna just stick with the chair. We're gonna have hands here in the back or on the side. We're gonna lift one foot out to the side. And let me see, I'm gonna go a little bit, and then bring the foot in. And then the hands gently rise up and down if you're in the chair. Then we open up to the other side, placing the foot out, and then bringing the hands in, and the hands go up and down. Good, so that's considered one set. Let's do that again. Open up the leg, the hip area, bring it in, letting it rest, letting the hands just gently rise up and down. And now to the other side, opening up, bringing the foot in. Good. And the hands rise up and down. And let's do it one more time each side, opening up the hip, bringing it back in. And now the other, opening up the hip, bringing it back in. All right, good job. And I mean, you might have seen it, but if you can, get on the edge of your chair. And if you need a pillow for back support, that is quite all right. I do that quite often. So, all right, so the next movement for the hip, so we did the movement out to the side, but now when we lift the foot, we place it down, so the foot's straight on. I know some of the recordings have a good angle of my feet, some don't, but bring the foot back in, and then the other side, just opening up the hip a little bit, and then placing it back in. Now we're gonna add the hands. The hand is gonna go straight out, so it's not to the side, straight out. Hand goes across, it's near the elbow, but not touching. So if we're not touching, that's touching, not touching. So palm is facing the earth, or for the top hand. Now we lift the opposite leg and gently imagine we're pressing against a wall. You might feel your tummy muscles engage. Bring it back in and relax. Other side, gently press and relax. Let's do that again, gently press. And the other, good. Let's do it one more time. Now each side, and think about your breathing if you like. If you're new, don't worry about it, but inhale as you press. Exhale as you release. Inhale as you press. And exhale as you release. Good. All right, so that is for the hips. Now we go into the knees. For the knees, we make empty hollow fists. We put them by our hips. Feet are in a V position. We're gonna lift one foot. We tap it on the ground. Opposite arm goes out like a punch. Then we bring the foot and the arm both back in at the same time. Now the other tap, extend the arm, and bring both back in. Good. So let's do that again. If you want now, kick with your foot or your toe flexed, your choice. We'll try it both ways. Other side, kick, and bringing it back in. All right, let's do that again one more time, each side, experimenting. Getting a calf stretch, maybe if you're doing the flexed foot. And then coming back to center. Good. So the next knee movement that we like to do is we're gonna lift the foot, place the heel down, then the toe. Then we're gonna shift the weight up or forward. So shift a little bit forward and extend the arm, and then we bring the foot and the arm both back in. Heel toe, extend the arm, getting a nice upper back stretch with that. Good, so let's do that again, heel toe, feeling that connection with the earth, then we shift the weight forward a little bit, then we bring it back in. Other side, heel toe. Good. All right, let's do it one more time each side. You can think about your breath if you like. Inhale as you extend the arm, fill up your lungs with beautiful air, and then slowly letting it relax as you exhale. Inhale. Filling up the air. And then exhale. Bringing it back. Good. All right, so we're done with the knee movements. Now we're going to move on to the ankles. So you can sit a little bit further back if you're tired. Put your hands where you like. If you want to remember the Dantian, the center of energy. Right hand for ladies first, then left hand for men first. And we're going to tap the heel and toe. So if you can't see my foot, it's going up and down, tapping the heel and the toe. Getting some good ankle range of motion. Then we're going to switch feet, do it to the other side, tapping the heel and the toe up and down. Good. Now we're going to do another one. Let's do two. I'm going to give you extra. So one we're going to do big toe, little toe. It's a side movement. I know my Instagram followers have a really good view, but I think Zoom is pretty good. I could move it a little bit more back, but I'll leave it for now. But we're doing it side to side, and then we're going to switch the feet. And we want to make sure our knee is not moving. So this would be my knee moving, my hip. I don't want to see my hip, like that's my hip moving. We just only want to see the ankles moving. So that's what it should look like. It's a hard thing to do, but keep trying, you'll get it. All right, the last one to do, we're going to do the circle the feet in the air 3 times in one direction, and now the other. And let's do the other foot. So I'm just adding an extra ankle exercises. Generally, they recommend only doing this in a chair for safety reasons. So we really want to be mindful of our body. All right, good. So that is the warm-up that we do with Dr. Paul Lamb from Tai Chi for Health. Now I always like to do in this series some other fun things from different moves from different people. So today I know I really like Jeffrey Chan, so C-H-A-N-D. He's on YouTube. He has a lot of really great YouTube videos. And I thought we'd do the Qigong for cleansing. It's a nice movement. And then we might throw in some other people as well, depending on how the time goes. So you can do this in the chair or standing. So I'm going to do it in a chair. But if you are standing, you would just bend your knees a little bit up and down, but keeping a nice upright posture. We call it vertical alignment, with hip, shoulders, ears in alignment. Connecting a string to the ceiling, tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth, and just feeling that center. So we start with bringing the hands up nice and slow, basically the center line of our body, and the hands slowly coming down. So if you were standing, you would make sure you're a little bit more upright, and then you would just slowly bend your knees as the hands come down, just a micro bend. And if you're in a chair, you can make sure you're standing upright, or upright a little bit more, and just a little bit more down. So I'm going to do this 5 times. You can have it match your breathing. Inhale and exhale, and let's do that one more time down the center of the body. So you want to imagine you're cleaning out any energy in the center of your body. Good. So we do the same movement, but now we do it at a 45-degree angle. So this one was in the center. So now we go about 45. So starting with the beginning, the hands gently rise out to the side. Just hands going up to shoulder height, slowly coming down. Inhale. And exhale. So imagine just getting rid of anything you don't need. Again, kind of like that check-in that we did with the body. Letting go the excess. I think that was number 3, so we got to do 2 more times. Letting it rise down, and the last time at a 45-degree angle. Good. Very nice, isn't it? And you can relax your shoulders, do a little shoulder roll if you're feeling a little tense. I think he does it 7 times in the video. I'm doing 5 just to make it a little bit easier. So now we're gonna do one more, so it's kind of a set. So we just go out to the side doing the same thing. Hands rise up, and then the hands go down. Again, kind of a clearing motion. Inhale, and exhale. I know I like to feel like I'm in water. Just imagine you're in some water and your hands rising up without any effort, getting rid of what you don't need. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. I know that helps me slow down a little bit sometimes. And 1 more time. And we can bring our hands back to center. And if you want to hold it for a little bit, it's just a nice simple move. Again, I would recommend doing a little bit longer, a few more repetitions if you feel comfortable. And rub your shoulders at any time if you feel tired. This is supposed to be Qigong for cleansing. So it's a nice, I'll put it, when I upload this video to YouTube, I'll put the link to that video that you can watch. So good job. So our hands here are still in the center. You can have a little bit above the belly. I know I really like that Meridian cleansing that Daisy Lee does. So I like to do that one movement with you guys. And did somebody wave any questions or? Okay, I saw somebody wave, so let me know if you have any questions on Zoom, but otherwise let's do the Daisy Lee. So we start with the right hand. The right hand gently rise up and we gently rub our thymus. So be really careful if you have any autoimmune issues. It's just a very gentle, loving rub. And now we're gonna move over hand a little bit and we're gonna rub the lung points that are based on traditional Chinese medicine. And then we're going to open up the hand and we're going to gently bring the hands down, releasing any excess energy. Flip the hands. Then we're going to trace along the back side of it. Let the hand rise up. And then we bring the hand in and let it drop. And let the other hand come in, gently rubbing the thymus. Good. Now we move the hand over a little bit, rubbing over the lung point. Sending good energy to our lungs, and then we open up the hand, getting rid of any excess energy and releasing. Then we flip the hand over, we bring the hand up, the hand rises up, and then we bring the hands, both hands to the thymus again. Now we reach the side, go to the edge of our torso. I want to go a little bit on the edge of the chair, and because we're going to reach for the kidneys. We want to gently rub the kidneys, sending beautiful energy to our kidneys. And then now we're going to trace along the outside of our pant leg, going down as far as you can, tracing along the toes. And then when you get to the inner ankle, we're going to rub the inner ankle. And then we're going to continue up, tracing up the inside of the pant leg, and then bringing the hands back to where we started. And you can form a diamond shape if you like. And let's do that 2 more times. A series of 3 times we'll do. So gently rising the right hand, and then we gently rub the thymus, sending good energy. And then we move the hand over, rubbing good energy into the lung meridian points. Then we open up that hand and gently rub down the left hand, releasing, and then gently bringing the hand up, bringing it over. You can gently rub the thymus, switch the hands out, and then go to the other side, to the other lung point. Good. Then we open up the hands, again gently releasing, recycling to the earth what we don't need, and then bringing in what we need. Let the hand rise, very good. Bringing both hands to the center. You can rub a little bit if you want. Then we bring the hands to the side of our torso, And now we're going to gently rub the kidneys. Good. Then we trace along the outside of our pant leg. And then we go down, circling around the toes. And if you can't touch, imagine that you're touching. And we rub the inner ankles. And then we gently come up the inner pant leg, bringing our hands back to that center. Feeling that balance throughout our body, and we'll do it one more time. Gently rising and gently rubbing the thymus, right hand. And then we go to the lung point. And now we open up the hand and we gently brush off that good chi, or the chi you don't need anymore, and then bring in the good chi. Chi means life force energy. And then we gently switch out the hands. And then we go to the other point, one point. Then we open up the hand and release the excess energy. Let it be fertilizer for the earth. And then we bring in what we need. And then we bring our hands to the center. Then we go to the side. And then we reach for the kidneys. Circling around, try to have relaxed shoulders so they don't bunch up. But a nice, and if you can't touch your kidneys, just imagine that you are, and get close as you can to it. And then we're going to trace along the outside of our pant leg and circle around the toes. Do the inner ankle. And gently bringing the hands up. Bringing the hands back to center. And just notice how you feel as we did that movement. It's a really beautiful movement, just as all of them are, but I know this one's extra relaxing. I'm getting my 10-minute alert on Zoom, and I know someone joined later, so hi. So we're going to just cool off with some of, I'm going to do a spring force Qigong movement I know one of the participants really loves the cupping, so I'm going to do that next. All right, so let's bring our hands, rub the hands together. And at the very end, we'll do the cool down for Dr. Paul Lance. All right, so making sure you got your fingers open, rubbing. So this is from Chun Ying Lin from Spring Force Qigong here in the Twin Cities. So we want to make heart shapes around the face, so getting closer so you can see me. Going up the bridge of the nose, circling around, bringing all that good energy into our body. They call this harvesting. And hands circle around, good. Let's do it one more time. Good. All right, let's do some other tapping points. You can do the tapping point above in between the eyebrow here. So tapping 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you can do the top of the head in a cup shape, so just a little bit of hollowness. And we want to lean a little bit forward when you do this. So, and then we tap the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But very gentle. It shouldn't hurt. I know some people like to rub the ears. So you do it kind of in a circular pattern, rubbing around the ears and then gently pulling the lung, but it shouldn't hurt. So gently rub, sending good energy and pull. And one more time, gently rub and pull. Another technique I've seen people do is you take a V shape and you go along the inside around the ears. It's kind of a nice massage. Feels really good. Especially if you have TMJ or you grind your teeth at night, this can feel really good. All right, good. Now we can also do the C7 point, which is basically that little knob in the, of your neck, where the neck and spine meet, just gently rubbing that point, C7. Sending good energy to that. Let's do the cupping of the inner elbow. So we got that beautiful cup, right? Followed, and then we tap 9 times, starting with the left hand, which I'm doing the opposite for you, so I better do the other one. All right, so let's do the left arm 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So let's also, well, you know, I haven't done this with you because it looks kind of funny, but but now let's do the armpit. So let's do the left armpit first. So we cup it 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll move on to the knees. So I'm going to go a little bit further back in case you can't see me. So we want to start with the outside. So the hands going over, cupping 9 times gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we bring 1 to the left leg first, tapping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This other leg now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And underneath, if you're able. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Those are some good energy points of tapping. That's mostly all from Spring Forest Qigong. So we want to do the cool down before our time ends, which is about in 5 minutes or less. So we're going to cool off. That was a lot of good tapping. We're going to cool off with the Dr. Paul Lamb's cool down. So that's the tapping of the thighs. Crisscross is better, but if you're not able, you can do this and work up to this. This is ideal. Tapping the thighs. If you're standing, you might have to lift the thighs a little bit. All right, good. Now we're going to do a little movement. First, I'll do the traditional way. The traditional way is just lifting up the heels. I guess I can. So you lift up the heels, tighten up your tummy, pull, make a fist. Then you exhale and you relax your feet and hands and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So if you're standing, you would go on the balls of your feet. And then chair, just lifting the heels and letting go. We do it another little variation of it. And I do it really slow, and I call it the flying eagle. So hands crisscross, tighten up, lift up your heels, pretend like your toes are on a branch. And then gently exhale, releasing the heels and the hands, opening up. Bring it in, feeling safe on that branch. And then exhale, trusting, going for your gut, feeling, getting that fish. Bringing the heels in or up, hands are in. And then exhale, releasing. Again, going back to where you feel safe. Letting go, trusting life. And let's do it again. One more time. Feeling safe, feeling secure. And exhale, release. Trusting life. Good. The last one is the gathering chi, which is what we did in the beginning. Palms are up, hands circle around. Inhale. If you want to, you can lift your heels at the same time. Hands slowly coming down. Flipping the wrist, inhale, lifting the heels if you're able. Hands slowly coming down. Slower the better. But also you want to have it match your breathing. So depending on how fast you're breathing is how fast you want to go. But I would say about a 4-second count each ways. Four. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's do it a couple more times. Gathering life force energy, beautiful oxygen, and slowly imagining that oxygen going into our cells and our every organ, feeling happy and nourished. Inhale, gathering beautiful moisture, life force energy, bringing the water into the cells of our body. And let's do it one more time, completing 5 times, gathering beautiful energy from each other, from this moment together, from ourselves and slowly bringing it to the center. You can bring your hands to your heart if you feel comfortable enough. And I want to thank you so much for coming. I think we might have 1 more minute left on Zoom. So